Okay, we're streaming now. Got your mic on? There we are.
We're live.
You are tuned in to Lyfe Uncensored. I'm Skylar Dawn.
I'm Sean Reeves.
And it is Tuesday night in the city of Houston. We are still trying to get used to this time change.
Listen, I feel like I'm so tired right now.
Yes, because we have we lost an hour.
Yes, and then with it being daylight right now, it's like it's really messing with my internal clock.
Yes, that hour is a big deal, especially if you're not a sleeper anyways. Then that extra hour makes a difference.
It's a huge deal, and the fact that it's still daylight out.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Well, and waking up in the morning and it's still a little bit dark, it's like, I don't want to get up yet.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think it's going to take a while to get adjusted. I could do so much better with the time going forward.
Yes.
Than I do with it coming backward.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, it's like psychologically, I feel like I've lost something. And not just a little bit of something, but like a lot of something.
Well, and like I was talking with one of my clients today, and I was like, it's not even just the time change. The pollen is outrageous right now.
God.
So the pollen, if you have bad allergies, that makes you tired by itself.
Yes.
And then when you take that hour away, and then you're constantly like wiping your eyes, and you're constantly feeling tired and dragging, and then if you have to take allergy medicine on top of that, that makes me tired.
With that
so
drowsiness,
it's like that triple tiredness. It's so horrible.
You know, I've been like popping Zyrtec lately like it's candy.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
That's scary.
I
think
have
you're only
to.
supposed to take one of those a day.
Listen, the way my allergies are set up.
I know, it's so bad.
Like trying not to cough, trying not to sneeze. My eyes are running. Like I feel like going out in public now, coughing, and then having to explain it's allergies, you know, or sneezing, it's allergies, or, you know, rubbing my eyes, it's allergies. You know what I mean? It's like everybody is so tense and on such high alert from the coronavirus scare.
I know. When I went to pick up my medicine today for my headaches, I got some allergy medicine too. And the pharmacist, he was like, I hope you feel better. I was like, I just have allergies because I have that nasally. Yes. I was like, I don't feel bad. I just have allergies. And he was like, it's okay. I was like, I don't have anything. I just have allergies.
He's like, sure you do. It's okay. Just go home. Stay indoors for the next 14 days.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't been anywhere. I just have allergies.
Make certain you stack up on hand sanitizer and toilet paper.
I have a lot of both, so we're good. Those are two things I keep anyway.
Yeah, so you know, like I'm boarding my flight in the morning. My flight boards at 5:40. I know, like, but I'm thinking like, okay, I can't cough on this plane. I can't sneeze on this plane.
Now, which flight is this to?
This is to New York.
Okay.
Okay, then my flight tomorrow night. No. Thursday night is when I leave for Paris. When I fly international, I like to take night flights.
Okay.
So that I can sleep through the time change or whatever. But so like I'm gonna have to be very mindful when I get on this flight because I don't want anyone thinking that I'm infected and possibly infecting everyone else. And then when I go through customs, well, you can't enter the country, now you're quarantined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would really suck. Being quarantined at Charles de Gaulle would really suck.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they will probably put me on a flight and turn me right back. I'm thinking.
I don't know. I don't know what they will do. I really don't know.
Because I know people coming into the States now who have to be quarantined are going to military bases.
They're going to Air Force bases.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what they'll do. But I was just reading up. I'm honestly scared for you to go to Paris. And it's just because they're getting a rate of like 280 people a day getting the virus. And
280 a day?
A day. And they're
Italy or Paris?
Paris.
I haven't read anything like that in Paris where people are sick.
Oh my God, it's horrible. They have as many cases as Italy now.
Really?
Yes.
Because the last time I checked,
they closed the Louvre.
Okay. Yeah, it's reopened now.
They reopened it, but you can only go if you already have a ticket. So you have to get a ticket ahead of time.
Okay, so I'll do that before I get there.
And it is and they've closed anything that they have that is 1,000 people or more can go to it. It's closed. And they said that they're doing Disneyland. It's open right now, but that'll go day by day. They're deciding whether they keep it open or not. And but the virus is spreading so quickly over there that they haven't decided to close the borders yet, but they said that that they're watching it and they'll make day by day decisions, and that they want to look out for their citizens. But they're also having so much rain over there that they're having flooding, and so the Louvre is in jeopardy of being flooded.
Oh, Jesus.
So
you picked a great time to go.
I know. So that's also a fear. So they said that they really don't really have the resources to deal with that on top of the coronavirus as well.
Right.
But yeah, they're having like 280 a day. They've had 750 cases over the weekend of extra cases over the weekend of new cases.
Oh wow, it has 1,400 confirmed cases.
Yeah, they're like growing like crazy as far as cases. So it makes me really nervous for you because they're a lot smaller. They have that many cases and they're so much smaller than the U.S.
Well, I mean, you can fit the entirety of France inside the state of Texas.
Yes, and they said the majority of their cases are around Paris.
Well, jeez.
Yes. So that's why I've been so scared for you.
Well,
I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, it's very nerve-wracking because...
I look at it like this. If I can survive Europe and come home without the coronavirus, I can handle anything.
Oh god. So it's worth taking the chance.
We're going. I'm excited about it. I don't foresee anything bad happening to me. I really feel like I have a greater chance of catching chlamydia in Paris than I would of coronavirus.
So you're saying you're gonna go have
No, I'm not
sex?
having unprotected sex in Paris. No. But like I would have a greater chance of catching that over there than coronavirus. I would think.
No, I don't think so.
Shit. Like a fucking toilet seat or something. Whatever.
I don't think so.
No. I am A-okay. I'm not coming home with coronavirus.
Oh god.
Or chlamydia for that matter.
You don't throw me off very often. That right there, I was just like, I don't even know what to say.
I'm not getting it. So no, I'd be A-okay. I'm fine. I'm not having any unprotected sex with any Frenchman or whatever while I'm in Paris.
Oh
no.
god, or French women.
Or French women. There would be no oui, mademoiselle. None of that.
Oh, goodness gracious.
No.
Okay.
I will be fine, and I will come home bearing gifts. I'm excited to see what I can find over there. So, and just to get away and enjoy the time with my daughter.
Yeah, I'm happy that you're doing something with your daughter.
Yeah. But I feel so sad, too, at the same time, because Winston, he's really sad that I'm leaving. Because it's his spring break, too.
Yeah.
And he's like, we don't get to go anywhere. We don't ever get to do anything, is what he said. I'm thinking, I do take you places. But he is like, we didn't go on, we didn't do a big summer vacation last year at all. We didn't. We did like stuff. We stayed in town and did stuff around, but we didn't like really go anywhere big.
Right.
Last summer. And, his thing is he wants to go someplace big. And then AJ chimes in. And he was like, yeah, Mom. He was like, I want to go see another country because I told him I would take him to Japan. Well, that's off the list now.
Oh, yeah, that's off the list.
So,
actually, they have less cases in Japan than they do Paris, though.
I don't know. I mean, how is Japan fighting it? Because, the Olympics are supposed to be there this summer.
Yeah, Japan actually has less, they're getting less cases than France. So
if we get a go-ahead to fly and Asia calms down with coronavirus, then maybe, I'll take them to Japan this summer. Because that was my intention. But AJ, he says, the only places we ever get to go are to the islands. I take them to the Caribbean a lot. Like, it's easy, it's inexpensive, and it's just a great place to go with kids. So they know that, but now they're ready to venture and see more of the world and experience different cultures. So hopefully we can do Japan, if not this year, maybe next year. But I really believe that the coronavirus is just it's gonna calm down. Like all things. Do you remember when we had the scare with SARS and the whole, what was it, MRSA that one year, and then we had Ebola. You remember how scary all of those were initially?
No, we didn't have anything like this.
It was a big deal. I remember
wasn't like
SARS
this.
being a big deal,
It wasn't
as
like
well
this.
as Ebola, and people thinking that, oh, you know, everyone's going to catch it. We've got immigrants coming in. You know, I think this will eventually just, the numbers will decline. It'll run its course, and then we'll see it like taper off like the flu.
I hope you're right.
I'm being optimistic. That's what I think is going to happen.
I hope you're right.
I
But
don't
anyone
foresee-
with weakened immune systems, like Lady,
Yeah.
they need to be really careful.
Yeah.
They need to be really careful.
And then too, I mean, even asthmatics, because it's a respiratory illness.
Well, that's why I'm worried about you. Why do you
Yeah.
think I'm worried about
Yeah,
you?
but I mean, you know what? I'll be fine, Skyla.
Okay.
I will be. And if I'm not, and if I don't make it back, this hot seat will be available for a co-host. Maybe Tanya will take over permanently.
Oh,
No, but I don't know. I'm not really worried about it because I know I have a long life.
I'm not worried about it in the U.S. Like, I'm not
So-
worried about it because I know I'm not going to do anything crazy.
Right.
But as far as traveling out to other countries, I think right now it's just not safe. So,
Yeah.
but here
Like,
in
I
the
still have a
US,
cruise coming up.
yeah, I wouldn't do that. I think that's stupidity at its
I am
finest.
taking my cruise. Unless I get some big plush incentive from the cruise line.
Yeah,
Time
I
to
think, yeah, I think that's crazy going on a cruise. Yeah,
We'll be fine.
absolutely.
Because if you think about the number of people who've been sick on cruise ships, they have cruises sailing every single day, multiple cruises, and how many cruise ships have been quarantined?
Everyone's gone out.
Not every single last one has gone out and come back. I just got
Well,
friends who just got back from a cruise and they were fine. There was no one sick on board their cruise ship. Like if you look at the region that the quarantines are happening, it's in the
West Coast.
West Coast. I mean, you know, their
Well, that's
proximity.
because that's where it started.
Yes.
That's where it started. But now we've got it here.
Their proximity to Asia.
Because like
then
even
cruises
even
over that
today,
way.
a 3-year-old boy in Dallas has coronavirus now.
Really.
Yes.
And it, you know, that's like the first kid that I've heard of having it in the U.S.
There's 3 kids in the U.S. that are under 10 years old that have it, and he's the first one, like in Texas.
How did he pick it up? And have they
His
said
dad.
From how did his dad pick it up?
I don't know how his dad got it, but he got it from his dad.
Yeah, so now I just look at, you know, the proximity of cases, where they are versus the cruise ships. I mean, cruises are coming and going multiple times a week, and there are only certain ships in certain areas. So I think porting out of Galveston, I'll be fine. I'm confident.
Okay.
I'm confident.
Well, I'm happy for you.
So, yeah, and I'm going to come back coronavirus free and chlamydia free.
And I'll see you 2 weeks after you get back.
I'll self-quarantine. So who's going to send you? So then I'm going to be gone off the show for a month then, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to find. So if anyone wants to come co-host, I need a co-host.
For the
She's
next
gonna be gone.
For the next 30 days.
She's gonna be gone. So
And then, you know
I need
what?
a female to
Long-
come co-host.
Longer than that, actually. It might be for the next 6 weeks, guys.
Yeah, I need a co-host.
Because when I get back, if I'm going to self-quarantine for 2 weeks, then that puts me right at the time I'm supposed to go to...
Your cruise?
No, to Disney for a Dapper Day. For that
Oh.
work event that I have.
Yep. So I need some female co-hosts. So hit me in my DMs if you want to co-host with me.
Take the hot seat.
But you have to have some experience in front of the camera. I need somebody with experience in front of the camera.
You can't sit there like a robot.
Yeah, no, I need somebody. I need someone who is comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So, you're tuned into Lyfe Uncensored. I'm Skylar Dawn.
I'm Sean Reeves.
And let's jump to In the News. In the news, well, coronavirus. That's all that's in the freaking news.
That's all anyone's talking about.
So, last week...
That's all we're talking about.
Well, I'm not so much like with my clients and stuff, but it's crazy. But last week when we sat here, and
Mhm.
it's easy for me to keep track with this because we talk about it,
Right.
and it's in my notes. So last week when we sat here, there was 108 cases of coronavirus
In the U.S.
in the U.S.
Okay.
Okay, so right before we came on, I got the numbers. So 30 minutes before we came on, actually,
Okay.
it was 975. So we've added 860, whatever, 68
cases of
60.
coronavirus across the U.S.
across the U.S.
With most of those cases being concentrated in actually Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.?
Washington, D.C. has the highest number of cases of coronavirus.
Oh, it does?
Washington, D.C., California, and New York.
No, Washington State.
Washington State. Okay.
Yeah, Washington
State, California,
Washington, yeah.
and New York. And you would think, Washington State, California, because of course they're on the West Coast, and then New York because of all the travel.
Yes, because of all the people traveling out of the country.
Yes.
13 cases now in Harris County, Houston area.
Yeah. Or just 2 recently.
Yeah.
But honestly, Skylar, you know what I think? This is what I think about coronavirus.
What do you think about it?
I honestly believe it's been in the country a lot longer than what's being reported. I think more people have had it, and have been exposed to it than what's being reported. I think the average person who gets it, unless they're autoimmune compromised, it runs its course like the flu. And I think a lot of people think that they probably caught a bad case of the flu and they actually had coronavirus. Because I know people who spent like a month in China before the coronavirus broke, and they came home with the flu. And they were sick as dogs, and it took them about 3 weeks to recover.
Well, yeah, it does. It takes about 3 weeks to recover from it. So
it took them about 3 weeks, and they said they just felt miserable the whole time, and it was like, this is the worst case of the flu.
Well, and it does say we've only tested 6,567 people because we haven't tested everyone that should be tested. Just like when they're talking about that cruise ship that has 3,500 people, and they say that only 21 people have the coronavirus on it. That's not factual. What's factual is they've tested 45 people on the ship. 21 of those 45 have it. They didn't test the other.
So why wouldn't they test the other people?
Because when the Coast Guard brought out the test, they only brought 45 test kits for those people because they tested the crew that was on there and then the people who were complaining of symptoms.
Okay.
So they tested 45, and of those 45, 21 of them tested positive.
That's nearly half.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of the 45. So then that's when they decided to bring them back and quarantine all the rest of them and bring them in to test them and do all the stuff that they need to do with them. But so when people say, well, only 21 of the 3,500 people had it, that's not true. That's all we know that for sure had it.
Yeah.
But only 21 of the 45 that were tested.
Because, I mean, right now in China, over 80,000 people have coronavirus.
Yeah, almost 90,000. It's like 87,961, something like that.
And the vast majority of those people have recovered.
Yes.
And are recovering from it.
They are recovering.
So I feel like, I think just logically that it's been in this country and it's been around a lot longer than, what was suspected, and that people really thought they had a very, very, very bad case of the flu because the symptoms mimic the flu.
Yeah, somewhat they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've heard some conspiracy theories about how it got started, and
I mean, I believe I believe the fact that it's man-made.
If it started in China, then it might not have. But I don't know. I don't know. But these are the facts on it that I gave you right here. That's the only thing I can speak on is what are the facts. Meghan and Harry had their last royal engagement.
I saw a photo of them. She looks so amazing now.
Yeah, she looks happy.
She does, and she just looks
happy.
Bright,
to make you look different
and airy, and she has this freaking glow and this effervescent type gorgeousness that's like irradiating from her. And honestly, I feel like when she was put next to Kate Middleton, she had to dull herself down so that she wouldn't shine brighter than her, because they had that whole royal hierarchy thing. And I think that it would take a toll on you just as a person and as an individual, being constantly compared, constantly criticized to someone else, and then having to dim your own light next to a person.
Well, I think she's constantly compared to Diana more than anything.
You think?
Oh, she's constantly.
I think Kate Middleton gets that more than Meghan Markle.
I think she does, because everyone's always saying, she's so much like Diana. She likes to go to Africa and help people like Diana. She likes to do this like Diana. She likes to do that like Diana.
Those are
Kate doesn't.
Positive comparisons.
Yeah.
Are different than on the negative. Like, her comparisons to Kate Middleton were very negative at times. And like the way that the press portrayed her and Kate with the same headlines, there was always this racist undertone when it came to statements about Meghan Markle.
Okay, I guess I didn't pay attention to that or notice it as much.
So I think she is much happy. One thing that I really love about Prince Harry is when he said, I want to save my wife from the same fate as my mother.
Yeah. Yeah, because, well, they're all over her, period.
Yes. Yeah.
They were all over her, period. But I think it was very critical of her because
effect.
she was an American, period. Because that's a big deal.
Well.
And because she didn't come from a family that they felt was worthy of the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Not that she was going to get the crown anyways, because she wasn't.
It would have had to take some type of catastrophic event.
I'm just kidding. I was totally kidding. I don't think the coronavirus is that serious.
Like
take
every member of the royal family, like that entire lineage should be like, and now they inherit the throne.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it had like a war or something.
Yeah, like Markle and Prince Harry, and his little, what's his name? Archibald? Is it Archibald?
It's Archie.
Or just Archie?
It may be Archibald. I don't know. They call him Archie.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't know if it's Archibald or not. How do you say that? Is it Archibald or Archibald? How do you pronounce that?
Archibald.
Archibald?
Yeah, like one.
Archibald. That's like 3 syllables, Archibald.
Yeah, like Archibald.
Archibald.
Yeah. Yeah. Shaw. International Women's Day.
Yes.
We just celebrated that, so woohoo to all the women.
All you sisters out there.
Yes, yes. Doing your thing. I know Zeke had some things to say about it. Yes.
Good things?
No. He said that he had some statements to say about women posting half naked pictures
for Women's
Day. Yes.
I always want to think the best of Zeke and give him credit. And so, he's going to go someplace chivalrous with this.
Yeah, no.
Like it's going to be a good thing today.
Not Zeke.
No.
Not him.
No.
Not ever. Never, ever. Yeah.
Why, Zeke? Why?
he just can't help himself. He could not help himself. So really, that's all I have for in the news because everything is about coronavirus or politics, and we don't touch politics on here.
Right.
And so, I literally searched for news. Like, I was like, come give me some news.
Like, what's good news? Yeah, like, everything has been politics in the coronavirus.
Everything. Like, I was so sick of it all.
Okay, so I read an article about, people hoarding toilet paper, right? So, like, what do you think is the psychology behind that? Because we all, like, okay, so my friend, I'm on the phone with her, right? And she's like, oh my God, she's in a panic.
Keep talking.
She's like, I need to go and pick up supplies. Like, I need hand sanitizer. I need Clorox hand wipes. I need all of these things, and I don't have any. And oh my God, there's no toilet paper. Should I buy toilet paper? Like, she was asking me, what do I do? Do I need to get toilet paper? Everybody's buying toilet paper. There's no toilet paper. Where do I find toilet paper? And, what is the psychology behind people buying so much toilet paper?
I don't know because, I don't shit that much.
And, you would think people would stock up on food and water, the necessities that you need. But no, it's toilet paper. And, and one psychologist put it very plainly and very simply that when you go shop for toilet paper is one of the things that's huge, big, and it's massively displayed when you walk into the store. You know how you have like your own section and it's there, it's right in front of you, it's the focal point that you see it. So you're accustomed to seeing it. And when it starts to dwindle away, it creates a sense of urgency. Like it's something that you absolutely have to have, like it's something that you need. You're going to be at a loss without it. And what it does, it's psychological to where it plays on people in their first world comforts. People don't want to lose a first world comfort, and one of those comforts, a basic comfort, is toilet paper.
I don't know. Because you can use paper towels if you have to.
Yeah, but you know what? And that would be having to use things and do things like you do in a underdeveloped country. There are some countries you go into and there's no toilet paper in the bathrooms.
I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Like, did you
or
see
you
the
have
fight
to take your
between
own
the two
with
people?
You.
Like, I don't know if they were in Britain or Australia or what, but they literally got into a fight. Like a literal fight.
Over toilet paper.
Over toilet paper. The one lady's like, putting all the toilet paper in her basket, her cart. I think they called it something
A buggy?
else. No, they called
No.
it a trolley.
Trolley.
They called
Okay.
it a trolley. And then the other lady goes and like she like pulls her hair, and then the other lady bites her because she tries to take a thing of toilet paper out. She had like 12 big things of toilet paper in her thing, and so the one lady says, no, you can't take all these. So she takes one, and so the other lady bites her arm and takes it from her, and then she pulls her hair, and they're fighting in the thing. And
Okay, so you're worried
the other
about
lady
catching
goes and-
coronavirus, and you just broke the skin on someone,
yes,
and you're
and they're
exchanging
like
bodily
fighting,
fluids.
and then the man who's a manager comes over and he's like, I'm calling the police right now. And the other lady that works there is like, ma'am, you can't do this. Calm down. Like, do you see what you're doing? Like, you're taking all the toilet paper. Like, this is not fair to everybody else. Like, you can't do this. Like, you can't do this. You don't need all of this toilet paper. I'm like, my God, these people are freaking
But
nuts.
that is the psychology behind it. People are afraid of losing a first world comfort. That's what it is.
And see, I'm okay. This is my thing. I'm not afraid of the coronavirus like wiping out everybody. I'm not afraid of it like making us. I'm worried about it as far as
Not being able to get the necessities. That's my concern.
see, that's your concern. That's not even my concern. You know, I order DoorDash for everything. Like, my concern is either one, you going to another country and getting quarantined over there, because I know how gross and disgusting places like that are.
Uh-huh.
I've been to Paris. Trust me, it's disgusting. So, you getting quarantined over there and having no control. My thing is, the government being in control of you, like having total control and saying, give me your phone, give me everything, you're stuck. Because these people had no control over their phones even.
Right.
They're in control of you. So that scares the shit out of me.
Like being a prisoner in a sense.
In a sense, being a prisoner.
Yeah.
Not committing a crime and being a prisoner. Okay, for one. And for two, like, I know how sick you get. Like, you have serious respiratory issues.
Yeah.
So I fear for that because I know that this attacks respiratory stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that makes me fearful. Like, not fearful like, oh, the whole world's gonna die, or oh, but taking reasonable precautions when you have all the information and you know that this stuff could happen.
Right.
That's the kind of stuff that worries me. Not like, oh my God, we're doom and gloom. Not like that. But like, take reasonable precautions, because I know I'm reading that they're saying we're closing down all of our monuments. We are telling our own people that we want them to quarantine themselves. We don't want them to go to work. We don't want them to do this. We're going to close down our schools. But if Americans still want to come here and give us their money, they can. But we're telling you that they may get quarantined here. Okay, I think I'll stay home.
Yeah, and see, with me, I'm not concerned about it at all.
Right, but that's what worries me.
Right.
Because sometimes that worries me.
Yeah.
You know?
And see, like, my biggest issue with the whole coronavirus is if the city goes into quarantine, not being able to get the necessities that I need. Like, that's my thing. Like, if it were to happen here at home.
Right, but if you're worried about that here at home, what do you think the other countries don't feel like what we think is necessity is a necessity?
Right. I mean, because we have luxuries of life here.
Yes.
Luxuries.
Yes.
I don't know, I mean, I feel like this.
Like,
if
they don't even think ketchup is a necessity there.
However will I live?
No, okay, look.
No, I know.
When I was staying at the hotel,
ketchup is an American thing. I know that.
right.
And they think we put ketchup on everything.
Yes, but this is the other thing, okay? So I know this is going to sound like totally prissy, shitty, whatever, bougie, whatever you guys use the word. But when I was in Paris, they had at the hotel. And I was staying at a very nice, expensive hotel. And I'm like, I need washcloths. And they brought me more hand towels.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, I need washcloths.
Yeah, they have towels and hand towels
and towels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I need washcloths. And they're like, you have soap. I'm like, no, I need washcloths. I mean, there's things like that I'm like,
things
so
that are not the end of the world things.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But there's certain things that are, it's like,
And see, and here's the thing too, I feel relatively safe going to Paris. Actually, I feel very safe going to Paris because I know people who live there. I have friends there. Layla has family there. So it's not like you get there and just be like SOL.
So you have some place to stay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm not really worried.
Okay. So if you get quarantined, you'll have some place to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be fine. I mean, it's just an extra 2 weeks.
Yeah, they shut down flights and all that.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Yeah. I'll be there an extra 2 weeks before I have to head home.
See, that's the stuff I worry about. It's not the virus itself. It's all the not being in control.
And then the thing of it is too is like how many checkpoints are shut down. Like, okay, maybe they aren't allowing you to fly out, but I mean, what, you can't drive across the border, you can't go someplace else? You know what I mean?
We're gonna go Italy?
No, Germany, any other place.
Germany's just as bad right now.
So I mean, as long as I really feel like as long as the borders aren't closed and you can still move freely, like Italy is on complete lockdown.
Yeah.
As long as the borders are closed, you can still move. Then I might have to end up going someplace else. I'm not worried about having to travel through Europe. You know what I mean? I'll just do a little something and come home. It'll be an adventure.
Ooh, okay. You're tuned into Lyfe Uncensored. I'm Skylar Dawn.
I'm Sean Reeves.
And let's do, if that hasn't been hashtag WTH, we're going to get into
Yeah,
hashtag
I mean, like,
WTH
I'm not,
now.
like, it's just like, I feel like I'm going to survive this. Everything will be okay. And then I'm going to come home and then I'll have a story to tell my grandkids later about the time I dodged coronavirus in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so much the coronavirus. Like I said, it's just more the
people reaction and the shutting down and things like that.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
You know what?
Not so much the
I'll be
actual
fine.
virus.
Now, I'm going to be really, really upset if come my time to leave, the borders are closed.
Yeah.
I'll feel some kind of
way. I know
then.
you will.
Yeah.
Trust me, I already know.
Yeah.
You're going to be throwing a fit.
A hissy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, okay, so hashtag WTH.
Get Trump on the phone right now.
And he's going to be like, take your black ass somewhere else.
Go back to Texas.
He's going to be like, well, let me pull up who you voted for first.
Right. Well, see, what happened was Trump.
My friends made me do it.
I don't really want to. Melania had on really, really nice shoes today. I like those.
Oh, hashtag WTH. Have you watched or heard about, I don't know, because it's just coming out like today, the Corey Feldman accusations against Charlie Sheen of raping
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim.
Yes. And you know,
hashtag WTH. What do you think about that?
What I think is...
Now, Charlie Sheen denies it.
You know what? Harvey Weinstein, when he was convicted, said, how could a thing like this happen in America? When Bill Cosby was convicted, he was very disappointed with his sentence. When Brock Turner was convicted, you know, his father wrote a letter stating that he's so upset that he can't even enjoy steak anymore. They all deny it.
Right.
And, you know, Charlie Sheen called the accusations, he called them absurd or ludicrous or something. But we are also talking about the same man who paid his extortionists over $10 million to keep quiet about his HIV status. A man who knowingly infected people while he had HIV. You know what I mean? So, I am from...
Now, did he knowingly infect people, or he just had sex with people?
He had HIV and was having unprotected sex with people.
Okay, because I thought he had told people he was infected.
No, he paid a person to keep him quiet.
Okay, because I thought that people knew what he did. He just paid them not to let it, like, openly known. That's what I thought. I don't know. I'd have to research that again. But I thought when we talked about it before, because we talked about it here on Lyfe Uncensored, me and Dallas did.
My thing is this. Could a guy pay you $1 million to sleep with him knowing he had HIV and say, hey, don't tell anybody?
No, not me.
Exactly. How many people are willing to risk that? You know what I mean?
There's some people that are. Trust me.
But my whole thing is, I am from... And then, you know, his mother came out and said that the accusations that Corey Feldman was saying, Corey Haim's mother, said that her son never said those things to her, never said who it was, but it was someone in Hollywood who had molested him. I mean, that was one of the things that he always stuck to. He said he had been raped, and not only that, but his ex-girlfriend or his ex-fiance corroborates his story. And with everything that happens in Hollywood,
see, and
with his history of abuse and drug use.
Well, see, that was what I was going to say. Charlie has been, like, on this road of destruction for years and years and years.
So, if the allegations were found to be true, it wouldn't surprise me.
Right. That's what I was going to say. It wouldn't surprise me, but it's kind of hard with him not being here to know.
Right. His accuser is deceased.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing you have is you have that leverage when a person is deceased to say, well, they said this, this, this. You know, because at this point it is hearsay.
I don't know why Facebook isn't working.
It is hearsay, and like I said, you know, Corey Feldman always stuck to his story about that he was about being abused.
Yeah.
And Corey Haim stuck to his story for years now. So I do believe that they were abused. I honestly believe it. And it's very difficult for a man to come out and admit sexual assault, and especially rape by a man.
Yeah.
So I am from the school of thought, and I believe victims.
Well, I do too. It's just hard with the victim not being here.
Right.
To know for sure. But like I said too, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. And as far as his mother, I mean, it could go one or two ways. She really, truly, honestly believes that he's lying about Charlie Sheen, or she could be in denial and she doesn't want to admit that happened to her son. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's hard to say, and I don't know her personally, or, you know, how I would even feel about that as a parent if my kid came to me and told me something like that. You know, you would have to feel some sense of guilt and responsibility to say, hey, you know, I put you in this situation in a sense because I encouraged your acting career. You know, I supported it. I had you acting ever since you were a kid. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the other thing. When you put your kids in that kind of an environment, you are putting them in, I mean,
at risk.
You are, because there's a lot of craziness that goes on that you have to be careful with. I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot.
And, you know, I'm not saying it's a parent's fault when the kids are molested. I'm not saying that by any means at all. But what I'm saying is that you open the door for that exposure, and you can't trust anyone.
No, you can't.
Like, I mean, hell, shit, not even a spouse or a family member. I mean, most kids are molested by people they know within the home. You know, so it's a difficult thing, and, you know, no matter what, it's unfortunate that happened to him. You know, he shouldn't have had to endure that at that age. I mean, no kid should. So it's a sad, sad thing. And if he is guilty, and if he did do it, he needs to be punished for it.
Yeah, but the only thing is, it's kind of like all these other people when they die. You can't punish them when one of the people, either the accuser or the accused, is dead. How do you? You can't punish them.
But, you know, he may not be held accountable in a court of law, but, you know, in a court of public opinion. You know, it affects his job.
Or maybe someone else will come forward.
Right.
You know, so
like
hashtag WTH.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought?
Nobody. So here's another hashtag WTH. Nicki Minaj's husband.
Girl.
Jailed for not registering as a sex offender in California.
For having, what was it, indecent liberties with a minor?
His actual charge was he had held a knife to a female at 16. I don't know if he was 16, she was 16. It was a 16-year-old, and raped her. That was the charge, the accusation. With a knife.
And they are saying that Nicki Minaj knew this before she ever married him. Like, she was aware of his charges.
Well, her brother's a sex offender too.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, there's a lot of things. You can be placed as a sex offender if you have statutory rape, and you can be like in high school together, and one of them be 18 or 19 and the other one be a sophomore in high school. That can happen if parents get involved and things crazy. That's different. But when
I mean, it was forcible rape with a knife. I mean,
yes, that's totally different. I mean,
of course it is. I mean, that's criminal. I mean, what kind of deviant does that?
Yeah, that's totally different.
And you know, he's a violent predator.
Yes.
Period.
Because I went and looked it up because when people were talking about it, I was like, okay, I want to go see. Because if this was like a statutory rape thing, you know, like it was from years and years ago and they happened to be like 3 years apart and it was something like that, then I would be like, you guys stop. But it wasn't.
No. And how old was he when he raped? Was he 16 or you said you don't know?
I don't know because it said the girl was 16, so I don't know how old he was, but it says that it was with a knife. So
forcible rape.
Yes.
And you know, typically that carries a longer sentence.
Yeah, it was with a knife.
Did he do any jail time?
Yeah. He did jail time. So so that's why everyone's like, what the hell?
Listen, people are saying that she knew about her brother, and that you know that she was aware of this.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I mean, some women self-esteem is so low that they'll settle for anyone, anybody. I mean, she would not be the first woman to marry a sex offender.
No,
I mean, hell, there have been women who marry men who abuse their children, their biological children. Like, you bring this guy into the house and he abuses your kids, and they choose the guy for the kid.
I just don't understand that.
I mean, it freaking happens, and it happens more often than it should. Hell, it shouldn't happen at all. You know, people are sick and twisted. Period.
Attempted first-degree rape of a 16-year-old girl following so he was convicted in 1995 for the attempted first-degree rape of a 16-year-old girl with a knife, following a 1994 incident when he was 16. So he has 2 incidences.
So he was 21 at the time. Okay, so
he has 2 incidences.
So he's a powder keg waiting to happen.
Yep. Yeah. No bueno. No bueno.
And it just goes to show, no matter how famous you are, no matter how much money you earn, that sometimes like these real life issues and things that you think that you should, you know, absolve yourself of and stay away from, it's just like there are people just like everybody else who make decisions and real life things that ordinary people make, and they make bad choices just like the rest of us, you know.
And he served 4 years in prison.
And you would think, why would she ever take up with a person like that? Like, what's the appeal there? What's the attraction?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why women. I don't know.
You
Hashtag WTH.
I mean, if she wasn't Nicki Minaj, you would think that she was just some regular average chick on the street.
Yeah.
Who took up with this guy.
Here's a good hashtag WTH. I mean, it's good. It's a good one, but it's a hashtag WTH. Like, why are people like all over this? So Kylie and Travis are co-parenting.
Okay.
And may or may not be back together. You know, but everyone's like all over it, like, having an opinion whether they should or shouldn't be back together. So that's the hashtag WTH. But the good part is they're co-parenting. They're even like staying together. They're, you know, so.
I think no matter what happens with their relationship personally, they have to have a good relationship for the sake of their daughter.
Stormy, yeah.
And, you know, and I always applaud people who can co-parent maturely and who can put the past hurts to the side. Because at the end of the day, it's about the baby.
And they're so young. They've got so many years that they're going to have to, like, be around each other and parent and co-parent. And
so if they can work it out and be there for their daughter, then more power to them. But, you know, and as far as their personal relationship, it's none of my business. But if it's going to be one of those situations where they get back together and it's chaotic, then they're probably better off apart and just co-parenting like they are right now.
They said they're like best friends. Like when they were asked about it, they said that they're best friends, that they do everything together, that they have fun together.
And if she can put her whatever wrongs behind her and he can do the same, that's their business.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's great.
So
yeah, so it was like
more power to them.
it was like a good hashtag WTH because it's like a positive one. Thank you.
And, and I really feel like people, whenever they can, they should always put the best interest of the kids first.
Yes.
And it's hard for a lot of people. And so the question is, why do you think people can't put the best interest of the kids first?
Well, that's a whole life 101 because that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of selfish stuff right there.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it just boils down to one simple word, and that's ego.
Yeah, that's a lot of selfish stuff right there.
That's what that is. It's ego.
Here's a great one. Hashtag WTH. So Tinder
Okay.
has a pop-up warning to people to maintain social distance because your well-being is our number one priority.
So wait, so Tinder is a dating site that encourages people to get together. So how can you maintain a social distance on Tinder? What does that even mean?
Hashtag WTH.
Like, what does it mean?
So
don't meet people that
okay, I don't have Tinder, so I found this this was a news article, but they said that they have a pop-up now that's saying, it says that they would like for people to maintain a good social distance.
What does that mean on the dating site?
Especially Tinder, since it's a hookup site.
Like, seriously, like, what are they supposed to do? Like,
wear a mask and gloves when you fuck. I don't know.
Like, just continuously chat online all the time? Like, virtual FaceTime each other? That's crazy. But you know what?
But then underneath it says,
it probably
make sure you wash your hands and da-da-da-da-da. Like, it has all that stuff. Oh, no, that's what it says.
Wear a body condom.
Oh, God.
Scott, I don't know. You know what it is? They have to meet some legal mumbo jumbo, and that's what that's for.
Is that not funny though?
It's
like,
silly.
I wanted to get a Tinder account just for it to pop up so that I could screenshot it and put it on my Instagram.
Guys, if you're thinking about matching with me, please remember to keep a good social distance. Yeah.
Like, not because Juju's gonna eat you, but because Tinder says so.
And wash your hands. We could take this so many places tonight.
I was like, a good social distance. So, like, when I meet you, like, whoa, did you not read your Tinder pop-up?
Right. Like, we're going to go out to a restaurant, but you can't come to the same restaurant as me. You need to sit in another restaurant next door, and we're going to FaceTime each other.
How about you get a table 6 feet over there, and you just tell the waitress who you are so that I know that you did show up.
Right. We're going to wave to each other.
We'll talk to each other on our phone.
Yes. You can order the same thing and pretend to share.
Hashtag WTH.
That's nuts.
Yes.
That's lawyers being lawyers.
That's just like.
That's what that is.
That defeats the whole purpose of Tinder. Like, if they.
Matter.
That's like.
They have put that legal disclaimer in there.
I'm just
they
like,
have notified
are you serious right now? Like, when I read that article, like, I literally had to reread it. So I was like, Tinder? Like, what?
I remember years ago. Do you know the Winnebago? The Winnebago, like, bus?
Okay. I'm with you.
All right, so this guy's in a Winnebago, and he's on, like, a freaking expressway, and he's driving his Winnebago, okay? And he puts the Winnebago on cruise control.
Okay.
He leaves the seat and goes in the back of the Winnebago to make a cup of coffee, or at least attempted to go into the back of the Winnebago and make a cup of coffee.
Okay.
And we can guess what happened next. He crashed.
Wait, while he was driving,
While he was driving, he was on the expressway, he was driving. He put the Winnebago on cruise control, left his seat, went to the back to make coffee. Okay? And of course, he wrecked the Winnebago. Okay?
Okay, that's nuts.
He was able to sue and win because it didn't specifically state that cruise control wasn't autopilot. Okay? Yeah. So that reminds me of that Tinder pop-up. That you have to, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like Tinder has some legal thing that they have to meet, so they're going to put this stupid pop-up up and say, oh, remember to keep your social distance. Now we've done our part in keeping people safe.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, it's that kind of stupidity.
That's nuts. Okay. You're tuned into Life Uncensored. I'm Skylar Dawn.
I'm Sean Reeves.
Every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. you can get this craziness if you really want to. I've been getting a lot of really good feedback about the show, which really shocks me, but I've been getting...
We don't prepare or do anything, not really. Well, she does.
I do.
She does. I don't.
I do.
I come and wing it every night. I'm like, okay, Skylar, so what's next?
Yes, I get the show together. Okay, so Life 101. How long do you wait to post a relationship on social media?
Nowadays, honestly, the day after you marry the person. Really, because I really feel like relationships need to stay off of social media. Like, keep them quiet, focus on each other. Like, it does not have to be advertised. Like, you need to get to know each other without the influence of social media and to really date like normally. And like, they can know your friends, they can know your core friends, your real friends. I think those introductions should be made. But as far as the whole social media thing, it is a-okay to not chronicle every single instance of your life. You know what I mean?
Yes. And
that's how I feel.
And in today's day and age, dating is difficult.
It is.
It's super difficult.
And it's like this whole turnstile type dating mentality people have.
And the thing is, guys are just not serious, not committed, and so trying to date is really difficult. So I'm not going to post when I go on a date with a guy. I'm not posting that.
Right.
So, and I mean, this is Life 101 for a reason. Right. Because our good friend Zeke, he posted that I post too much with my dog. Everyone knows I'm single, so
What's wrong with you posting with Juju?
He says, I need to get a man. This is getting ridiculous because I post too much with my dog. And I'm like, just like I post with my dog doesn't mean I don't have a man with guys.
Right, or that you don't date.
Right. But I'm not going to post stuff with men until I'm serious about someone.
Exactly.
Like, serious.
Let me tell you. I know some chicks on Facebook, every other month, it's a new boo.
Yes.
Oh, this is my new king. I'm like, chick.
We're so serious. We're going to get married. We're going to go look at rings.
Right.
And then, like, 2 months later, there was someone new, and you're like, wait, that wasn't the guy that she was with, is
No, I'm like, seriously, this year, you done been through like 8 dudes.
Yes.
And each one was the one.
Yes.
Yes, pump your brakes.
Yes. So for me...
And there is nothing wrong with rotational dating like that. I think people should date rotationally because that way you get to keep your options open. You experience different people and you find out, what it is that you're really looking for in these people instead of just jumping on one person and, you know what I'm saying? Almost like settling. You should be, dating, and I'm not saying sleeping with everybody, but just dating, getting to know people.
But people can sleep with who they want to.
Yeah, I mean, but still, I'm not a whole merry-go-round thing, but just like dating people. And so there's nothing wrong with that. But I think constantly posting every single relationship, every single person you date, it makes you look a bit unstable.
Well, not only that, but if you're just dating someone, and we all know, when you broke up, because you put it all over social media.
And, they went from being the love of your life to ain't shit. We see that
or,
too.
like, I'm so broken, he totally used me, he totally did this to me, or she totally did this to me, whatever. And then I have met the greatest guy in the world. He has taken me from my most broken place in the world. He's most amazing.
He's so much better than whoever.
He's picked me up from, nothing, and he's accepted me for all my flaws. Yes, and then it goes to
they're writing whole sonnets and ballads about this dude. Yes, men who do it too.
Yes, but we primarily are talking about women because that's what we are. And then they'll go to like, do you like princess cut rings, or do you like round rings? And then someone will say like, oh, are you getting engaged? Well, not yet.
Right.
It's like, woo! Is he on your Facebook?
Like, I'm thinking about it. I'm leaning towards it. He's gonna ask any day now. Yeah, I know.
And it's like, well, that's why you were so broken 3 months ago, because you went this fast with the last one. Like, slow down.
Take some time to really get to know a person, and I just do it off of Facebook.
Yes.
I feel like we should have some sense of privacy in our lives. It's time to bring privacy back.
Yes.
Or
don't make us go through your roller coaster with you.
Because, we can invest in your relationships. Hell, those are our relationships. I'm stressed out.
I want to see something other than coronavirus or breakups.
Ooh, child. He put everybody through it. Yeah.
No, but so my thing is, I don't post that stuff.
Right.
So I post work or juju. It's so funny. One of my friends that I've known, I'm going to talk about you now, so if you're on here, one of my friends from DC, he's known me since I was 19. So he's known me for a very long time. He came to Houston for a couple of days, and he told me, he was like, I would know Juju if I saw him. I would know your dog. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I feel like I know your dog from your social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, feeling some type of way, like, oh, is that bad? He's like, no.
Yeah.
Not at all. Like, he was sweet about it. Zeke.
Juju's a sweet boy.
Yes.
I love Juju.
But that's like the part of my life that I will share.
Juju.
Yes. Yeah. But men, not until when there's a ring on my finger, then I'll put you on my social media.
Listen, it may be after I've said I do that they're gonna get a photo.
No, I once I have a ring on my finger, I'll put them up. But until then,
just shock everybody. I'm like, who is this dude?
Yeah. Like, this is my fiance.
Like, this is my husband. I's married now, y'all. I's married.
No, I'll put him up when he's my fiance just to make sure he's nobody else's fiance too.
Girl, like, bet him.
I'll just make sure.
Like, before we gather today in holy matrimony, does anyone know this man?
Yeah. Can you guys check all your little groups out there?
Okay.
I'm not in any of them, but can you check them and just
the chick who was looking for her boyfriend on Facebook
and that other woman,
it was like, that's my husband.
Yeah. I'll just make sure before I go down the aisle.
Oh man, these folks nowadays, I tell you.
So, how long do you wait? It's really at least a little while.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
A good minute before you go posting.
Yeah. And
then not only that, but like, honestly, when I see chicks who constantly have a new guy like every 2 or 3 months, I don't take them seriously.
Right.
I just really don't. And it's not that I don't take their relationship seriously. I don't take them seriously in life.
Right.
Because it goes towards their decision-making skills. Like, I have this one guy who has
I think they're bipolar.
No, but you know what, though?
Yeah, I do, because I'm like, they must be doing something.
I'm going to tell you. I have this one guy who has been, like, in love with me for years and years and years, and is, like, constantly trying to get out of the friend zone and profess to me and all of this stuff, and he's probably watching now, and it's whatever. But one reason, like, you know how you decide early on whether or not you can actually date a person? I decided years ago that this is not a person that I could seriously date because of the constant and the chronic bouncing from one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Like, you never gave yourself a chance to be single. You never gave your chance to experience just you.
Yeah.
And it was one relationship after another, after another, after another. Like, you didn't even breathe in between, and each person was the one, and then you finally got married and you're miserable because, you didn't take the time to get to know this person at all.
Yeah.
And to me, that...
They're trying to fill a void.
Right. It says more about them as a person than it does about their relationship. There's something seriously lacking internally that has to be fixed first before you can ever move on with anyone seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to fill a void.
Yeah.
They're not healed from they're not healed from the initial one. So they definitely aren't healed from anything that's happened in between there. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's very true.
So, yeah, like, like when you're dating someone, hell, do you have any past traumas that you haven't recovered from yet? Are there any triggers that still trigger you that you need to work on?
Exactly. Well, that's funny because people will say...
Shit, I know I have them.
People always think Zeke's my boyfriend. Because people will be like, I didn't want to come up to you because you were with your man. I was like, I was? Who? And they're like, you know, that guy, he kept like pulling on your clothes and pulling on your ponytail. And
Right.
I'm like, that's my little brother.
Yeah.
That's Zeke. that's not my boyfriend.
But no, like if you were to ask me, like, do I have any baggage and issues? Hell yeah, I got time. A whole lot.
He's so silly.
Like shit, I do.
So you're tuned into Lyfe Uncensored. I'm Skylar Dawn.
I'm Sean Reese.
And we don't have a whole lot of time, but chivalry's not dead. If you choose to Netflix and chill with a chick, and she's cool enough to like do that with you, like not the sex with it, but just like watching a movie and chilling out, do sweet things for her. Do things for her. Like if she's like cool enough to just do that as a date, like she's like, I work a lot, I just want to chill.
Okay.
You know, like, yeah, I'm cool with just doing that. Do other nice things for her. Like, be chivalrous. Get her flowers, or choose to pick up her favorite ice cream, or
Something that you know she'd like when she comes over to Netflix and chill.
yeah, because
She likes pizza, have a pizza.
because it's okay to just do movies and chill, especially as you get older. You know, because I don't always want to go out.
No. But yeah, like make an effort to say I want the extra step to do something nice for you when you got here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be chivalrous in that way, because then if you don't, then it makes us not want to do that.
Yeah, if you're gonna Netflix and chill, have some snacks.
Or do something sweet. You know?
Yeah.
Something sweet. Something out of the way. Go out of your way.
Yeah. Because a lot of guys just want you to come over and just like
Hang out.
hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So, thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Love you guys. Thanks for the support.
Until next week.
We went
6
way
weeks.
over our time.
We started